Oh boy, that's my forehead.
It's my forehead.
It's my forehead.
Is it a forehead or a 5-head?
I think I only got a forehead. Yeah, it's only a forehead. How many heads? Wait.
It's a forehead.
How many foreheads
Oh
do you
man, I have like 12.
Oh yeah, 'cause you're bald.
There's 15. Oh yeah, it's gonna keep going.
That's funny.
Wait, but where does it start? You go from
Your eyebrows to your hairline.
like eyebrow, top of eyebrow, or on top of eyebrow? Like we go on
What?
on
No,
eyebrow.
it's above your eyebrows.
Oh, above the eyebrow.
From the top
Your
of your
forehead.
I
eyebrows.
don't know. I think
Not
I
your-
might ha- I
not
think I
your-
got a 3-head. Yo, I got a 3-head over here. I mean, I can put my 4th one down when it's on my hair. I think I got a
But
3.
he's got a 3-head.
I got a 3-head. My heart is hurt.
These are
This is what happens when Liz
casual
carries
conversations at work.
Oh, look at us all fitting in the window.
Oh,
look at that. That's gorgeous.
I have a 3-head. You've got a 4-head. He's got a 12-head.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that.
Okay, we already have coffee, so we don't have to go to the coffee pot. All right.
Ta-da!
Wow. Oh, I'm
Please, good.
short.
I'm
Whoops.
short. Yeah, this is a downside of this version is you get like you from the neck up.
That's okay.
That's about it.
That's okay.
I mean, me and Phil.
And then we cut
Yes.
your head.
That's what I had to do the other day. Her and I were at the gun case, and I had to stand
We'll
like
stay
that.
like this the whole time and confuse
Would-
the shit
yeah.
out of everybody.
That's what we need to do is
But I don't like this. 'Cause
just
now
get
I'm
her a
doing-
step stool.
Now I'm doing air squats.
Yep.
This
You're welcome.
is gonna be terrible.
I'm here for you guys.
Good morning,
Hi.
I'm tired.
Liz. This is your show. Go.
Go. Do we
What are we
have
talking about today?
keeping your gun in your car?
So you're saying you should always keep your gun in your car?
That's the safest place to store it.
Yes.
Right. Because the doors lock and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody would ever suspect that a gun would be stored in a car.
No.
Especially if you got stickers on the back of the car
Right.
that say
Guns!
guns.
Yes. Or NRA or
Yeah. My
something.
favorite one, I saw one on the way home. It was on a back of the Ford Bronco. It said Legion. I was like, I know what that is.
I know it.
I was like, I know what's in that car.
That's so funny.
Let's
Whenever
see.
Vinny points at something, he goes like this.
I dropped that hammer.
As if-
I
I
dropped
dropped
the
that
hammer.
hammer.
I know you like to drop phones, but let's try not to drop mine.
I'm not even going to touch it.
I bet you will.
I'll just stare at it incorrectly and it'll fall down.
Rob, good freaking morning, sir.
Hi, Rob. He
hello,
didn't
Rob.
even say
I
anything.
might have to run away in a minute because my cousin's coming in quietly.
I don't know if you noticed, but my phone tells us who's watching.
I have noticed.
Yours
I have
doesn't.
also noticed that you can't read the freaking comments because they disappear too fast. If you have an interesting topic and you talk well and people interact with you, the comments disappear so fast. You can't tell what they're saying. And then you try to scroll to look at them, and then somebody else comments, and they disappear again.
But when you
That's because Apple's dumb.
He chose violence.
but when you scroll through them, they don't go.
This is true. I don't understand why that happens.
Yes.
My dumb Android, but it does.
Oh,
On your, you said it.
I
You
did.
said it. High
Because
five.
that's dumb. It's also dumb that mine will only allow me to do
High five.
vertical video, which again
happens.
is dumb.
He-
But it's way less dumb than Apple.
You can't even pronounce it right.
I know. I think I am pronouncing it right. They say it wrong.
He said that he spent 45 minutes yesterday to try to figure out how to
Oh.
make his Android shoot live.
This morning.
Oh, this morning.
Yes, and it is a
And he did-
possibility apparently.
and he did find a
supposedly
way.
With a
with an app.
scary app.
But I wasn't comfortable enough to download the app just to make it do correct video.
Yeah.
Panicked.
Panic.
Yes.
Instant
So,
panic.
I still might try it, but we'll see.
Okay, so your gun in your car. There's a couple things to think about. A lot of people choose to just store guns in their cars. Like, how many times have we had people come in for qualifications and their guns are like ice cold,
All the time.
Freaking frozen, and
All
it.
the time.
frozen?
Now, like, I know where that gun's from.
Yep, all night. Yep.
Can I? Well, maybe we should get into the point of this a little bit more. Okay, no, I'm just going to say it.
Of course you-
So a couple years ago, I was going down to NRA show in Atlanta, and get down there and run into some friends, and some friends had carpooled together down there from St. Louis, And he's telling me a story about getting in the car and moving. He's sitting in the back seat, moving stuff out of the way, some of which were gun cases. And he's like, "Hey, these things are cold. Are you just freaking leaving your guns in your car?" And the driver says, "Yeah, why not? It's, my car's locked. It's in my driveway. Nothing bad's going to happen, whatever." They go to Atlanta literally the next day. Her car got broken into. She left all her guns in the car, and they got taken.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Don't
Hey,
do that.
real quick, because this wasn't part of my bullet points here, but I've always thought that it was a possibility. If the temperature changes of it going from hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold, obviously that happens when we carry it on our body too, but that's a much more worthwhile situation than it happening in your car. Does that diminish the oil and,
I think
cause condensation?
Yes.
It can.
But the biggest contributor to that is going from cold to hot and at a rapid pace.
Yeah.
Right? So typically your car is not going to, let's just say it's 20 degrees outside this morning.
It's 7 degrees outside.
Okay, well, it's 7 outside this morning, and it warms up to 40 today. If it turns on to 40 degrees in 5 minutes outside, your car is still going to warm up slow. And obviously, the heat's not just going to come on that fast. So it's not as big of a deal. It's a bigger deal going from a cold thing. Let's just say your car at 7 degrees, and you decide, okay, now I'm going to carry the gun, and you put it on you, and it warms up quickly.
Whew,
That's when, and it feels a little cold. You have a higher potential of condensation. Now, in the wintertime, not as much because there's not as much humidity in the air and so on. But
Or you have your gun in your car and it's super cold out like today, and you drive that car every day and you warm up the inside of your car every single day, and then it cools down in the parking lot, then you get back in it and it warms back up again, and it cools down again and it warms up again. That continuous cycle over and over and over again because you're storing a gun in a car. Is it going to? Maybe. Maybe not.
modern coatings on modern guns have gotten
Are usually okay.
Yeah, really good at stopping that. Older blued guns and that sort of stuff much more susceptible to corrosion than modern guns.
On the bottom end of my concerns.
Yeah.
It just came to mind, so I wanted to ask about it.
Yeah, I'm definitely much more concerned about
The other,
my gun getting gotten.
your gun getting gotten.
My gun getting gotten by somebody else.
Yeah. Cars are much more susceptible to break-ins, and they're easy to get into. And you hear about it all the time. If you don't have that Neighbors Ring app, I don't know if I recommend getting it or not because it would drive you crazy. But the amount of videos and things and people that I hear talking, and just this very area of people checking door handles, breaking into cars, stealing this, stealing that, gas stations in their front yard, middle of the day, it doesn't matter. People are breaking into cars left and right. So your car is not a good safe. If you let's say that people are leaving them in their car because they don't have an appropriate way to store them inside. I still think that that's a bad idea. I think you should, easier said than done, I think you should save a little bit of cash and get a safe for your gun.
Safe, absolutely.
So you can take it inside, because if you leave your gun in your car to where someone else can get them, first off, someone steals a gun, they're an instant felon. So you're literally putting a gun in a felon's hand. And if they're stealing a gun, they probably don't have, we're not going to go to the range and shoot it. They're probably going to use it in nefarious ways. So don't keep your gun in your car for long periods of time. There are ways to safely do this for short periods of time. If you're caught off guard and you don't realize that thank you. There's also those right behind you.
Those I'm going to.
Oh, okay. There's ways that you can safely store your gun in your car for short periods of time, ideally not overnight. If you have to, you get caught off guard and you have to stop at, wherever. I'm trying to think of all the places that you can't take your gun, but I rarely go to those places. Government building. Yeah, but you even got to be careful about the parking lot with that.
Sure.
But anyway, there are ways to store your gun safely.
Yeah. So if we're talking about temporary storage,
Very
I just
temporary.
said, like I show up to pick up my kids from school, and I want to take my gun off before I go into the school. I have a way to lock the gun up and store it temporarily as safely as possible. With a gun safe, I use the word safe loosely, locked boxes, essentially, that will stop the casual smash and grab type of person. You know, hey, this is an opportunity, I'm just gonna walk by and start smashing out windows and see what I can find. If they dig through your center console and find your handgun, that sucks. If they dig under your seat or in your trunk or whatever and find this and it's attached to something, is that going to keep somebody who comes ready because you've got I Love Guns all over your car and they come with bolt cutters and smash out your window or something? The little braided steel cable that these things come with is not going to stop that. However, this is a big deterrent. Now, there are different levels of safes, of lock boxes. Most commonly are these portable ones. You can get stuff that's built into your vehicle as well. But most commonly are these portable ones that come with braided steel cables. You can wrap around a hard point in your car. They can be as simple as something like this that just has a little dial lock on it. You set your combination of 1, 2, 3, 4 or whatever. It is not a quick access type of thing, but it doesn't need to be. Okay, for when it's in your car, I think this is okay. This is the least expensive option. All right, this is $40, I think, $45. Then you have something from a company called Vault-Tec. This is a much higher end product. This is twice the price. This is $90. It comes with a little electronic keypad and a key to be able to get into it. Quick story about Vault-Tec. We had, this was probably 3 years ago. There was a jiu-jitsu tournament up in North County and 70 plus cars got broken into. And what they were doing was finding little boxes like this, cutting them out of cars, and then throwing them on the ground and smashing them and breaking them open and taking the guns. They came prepared, and this didn't stop them. We had one customer who had one of these, actually, a larger size. This is the same one I keep in my truck. The larger size one, they threw on the ground 4 or 5 times trying to smash it open. They couldn't get into it. And his was the only gun recovered, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And Vault-Tec actually sent him a new safe after all that. Now, I say all that is not the place to store your gun. It's temporary storage. If I have to go into some place that I can't take my gun, I can use this safe to store it temporarily. I go in, I do my thing, I come out, I put my gun back on.
Now there's the added complexity, because if you don't have to do this, then don't.
I gotta go say hi to my cousin real quick. Grab back.
Toodles.
Okay.
If you can choose to not take your gun off and put it in a safe for various reasons, that's definitely more advantageous, because every time you take your gun, sometimes if you have a holster that can fit in your safe, that's awesome. But if you don't, like I wear a Filster Enigma and it is not capable of fitting in my safe like that. So I have to take my gun out of its holster and then put it into the safe. That is not ideal. That's administrative handling. You're taking it off your person, you're putting it into another holster. All of those things that you're handling a gun loaded increase your chances of having a negligent discharge. I'm not saying that you should be casual at this in any regard, but the more that you handle a loaded gun, especially in a place where you're in a confined, it's hard to not flag your own legs. Like there's all kinds of things to think about with handling your loaded gun in a car. And if you've never thought about it before, if you've never handled a loaded gun in a car, you should unload your gun and work with that and try to see your different angles there. But any extra administrative handling like that is increasing your chances of having a negligent discharge. So on the flip side of that, you had something.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't know if I missed it when you walked over there, but typically, you were just saying you can't take yours off because you use the Enigma. Yeah. If I'm at work and I'm wearing a more typical type of holster, I just take my whole holster off, stick that in the safe. I feel much more comfortable sitting down and essentially pointing the gun at me because I can't get to the trigger, right? So I can be sitting down and much more comfortably put my gun back on me. You got to be super careful of that if you don't have your gun in a holster. It's always best if you have the ability to take the holster off, put the gun in the holster, and put it away.
And this There's also little holster devices that are, and some of them are not even holsters. Some of them are magnets. Some of them are just like little holders that hold onto the barrel of your gun and your cup holders. Some dumb things. So and those are meant for you to take your gun off and keep it loaded, and then like stick it to the inside of your kick panel or your dash or something like that, in a way to hold your gun while you're in it driving. And I get the idea, because it would be more comfortable, at least you think it would be, and easy to access, so on and so forth. But that is more administrative handling. You're handling a loaded gun, and most of those things are so gimmicky that they are more dangerous to use than not. If your trigger is exposed for any reason with a loaded gun, that's not a good day. Some of them are like magnets that they just hold the gun. If you got into a bad car accident or something, that thing would go flying.
Oh, man.
All kinds of problems.
Yeah. So
Something to consider as well with your same increased administrative handling that you may or may not have thought about. What if somebody else sees you handling your gun in your car? If your windows are not tinted enough and someone sees you with a gun in your hand, you might very well have a very crappy day in about 5 to 10 minutes after that.
I had a student that told me a story about that. He actually went down to Clayton to get a CCW permit, and he had his gun with him. Well, he took it off because you can't take it inside, and he put it in his trunk. Well, he tried to do it discreetly as possible, but someone saw him and actually walked up to him and be like, "Hey, I just saw what you did, right?" And he's like, "Whoa, what?" So, luckily, he left.
So think about how focused you have to be to put your gun away, and so you're not
Going to pay attention
to everything going on around you. And then if you are, think about how suspect you look by standing outside your car or in your behind your car going,
and then taking a gun out.
Yeah.
and closing your trunk.
If someone sees you, chances are they might call the cops on you.
Or they just come
Or confront you.
take your stuff.
Yeah.
Just come take your stuff.
That too.
So yeah, I try really hard not to have to leave my gun in the car ever.
Yeah.
If I can at all, avoid it. We go down to Clayton a couple times a year for different things, right? And most of the time I won't even take my gun. I don't prefer to do that.
Yeah.
But I prefer less leaving my gun in the car there, even if I do it ahead of time, right, and lock it up. So if I can't, we're going someplace today, I can't take my gun, so I'll leave my gun here,
Yeah.
right, rather than driving around with it and leaving it locked in my car for a couple of hours. I just don't want to mess with it if I don't have to. I do have the box there if I need it, and I use it on a somewhat regular basis. I also use it for when I go on, if I'm staying at a hotel somewhere or whatever, I use it to lock up my gun there as well.
So another con to those different holsters that keep your gun like on the side or in your console or something like that, I actually had a recent situation, I guess not recent, back in April, where we were driving through Illinois. We had stopped at a gas station, and I went inside to go to the bathroom. When I came back out to the car, instead of putting my gun back on me, I decided to leave it in the center console. It was in its holster and everything, trigger protected and all that. But as we're driving down this one-lane part of the highway that was under construction, there was this guy behind us that started going crazy, road raging, and would fly up on our tail and then try to pass us. And he was mad with us for whatever reason. He was following us for quite a while, and we're on the phone with the cops, like, hey, this guy is being super aggressive, and they couldn't get to us. We're on a single-lane highway with no entry points, and then he started waving a gun at us. So what if he actually pit maneuvered us, and we get into a car accident, we flip over, or we even hit a tree or whatever, we're in a discombobulated state, he decides to get out of his car and approach us because he's angry at us for whatever reason. Whether we think it was just, if we have no idea what he's thinking. So he could be extremely angry and want to continue his rage and get out of the car and approach us and maybe get violent with us. How are we going to defend ourselves if my gun is 100 yards away from me because it flew through my windshield after we hit something? I learned a valuable lesson that day, and keep your gun on you in your car. Get something that's, comfortable enough to sit in. There are definitely options. And mine was, I was just being lazy. I made that choice in the moment. and I learned from it. So, but you never know. And to be able to have your gun on you is much more advantageous to defend your life if you had to from a carjacking, or let's say someone carjacked you and you get out of the car and you're compliant and everything, but your kid's in the back seat. Yeah. You going to let them get away with your car with your kid in the back seat? Maybe they don't even see the kid. Maybe they do and they don't care and they want your kid. No, I'm shutting that down. So if my gun was in my car, that ain't happening. In fact, now they have another weapon to hurt me or my loved one. So just things to think about there. Speaking of kids in the car, unauthorized access by other people in your car. If you keep your gun in your car, especially if it's not secured in that safe, who can reach around and grab it? Kids do. My 5-year-old he's a monkey. He crawls all around. And I feel much better knowing that my gun is secured to my person in a safe holster, trigger's protected, and he can jump on my belly all he wants and he's not going to hurt anything or make the gun go off. I'm much more secure with my gun on me versus just hanging out in my cup holder or in between my seat and my console or on one of those magnets or something. So,
and you think that, well, it's in the center console. He's never going to find it. He's never going to look there or whatever. But they do craziest
that's
things.
Lying to yourself.
Yeah, they're curious kids. They're exploring everything around them and trying to understand everything. And they see this cool shiny thing in this glove box, and you're focused on whatever else, on texting somebody or driving or whatever the case may be, and you don't realize that in a couple of seconds that they could have gained access to that. And people often overlook that. It's going in my center console, or it's going in my glove box, so it's totally fine. That's not okay, in my opinion.
Yeah, anyway. I agree. And then one last thought, I guess, is what if you get pulled over and your gun is just sitting in your center console? I'm not saying it's illegal to keep your gun in your center console. And
it's not in Missouri anyway. And
it's not, it just depends on, you just don't want to make them more anxious than they probably already are in encountering a traffic stop. So he's trying everything possible not to.
I'm just thinking back to the video we were watching this morning.
Oh, yeah. Cops are people too, and for various reasons, minimal gun handling of loaded guns are ideal. Just secure your gun. If you're leaving the car, and you have to leave it in the car, put it in a locked container that's secured to the seat frame, something to where that safe is not going to walk away. If you're in your car, you're driving, and you have a gun, put it on you. Keep it on you, and spend a little effort and time and money on a holster that is comfortable to wear all the time, because it's supposed to be on your person. So
the point I was going to make, I already forgot.
Good job. I wish I had my mug, because then you'd be.
Dang it! What was I going to say? There's so many things you said there that triggered thoughts in my brain that I wanted to talk about.
Human cup holders, cops.
It was definitely the cup holders.
Yeah, definitely cup holders.
That's what it was. Triggered by cup holders. Wait,
I don't know.
But is it a cup holder?
Or a gun holder?
This is a cup.
Oh, here we go. Vinny
Is that a mug or a cup?
It's a cup.
That's a cup?
Mugs are cups, but not all cups are mugs.
But what's a mug shot?
Oh, this is your mug.
That's a mug?
It's different.
This is a mug and that's a mug.
Yes.
Your new nickname today is Mug.
Squirrel.
Did that help you at all?
Nope, that did not help me at all.
Did that help you at all?
I don't know what the hell I was going to say outside of keep the gun on you if at all possible. If you can't, lock it up. Oh, I do know where I was going.
Good.
There it is.
Vinny and I'm pretty sure Vinny and I have both had to do this. I know I've had to do it a few times. I'm pretty sure Vinny has too, where we have somebody, had one of these safes under their seat and smashed it. They electronic seats or something, and they move it all the way back, all the way forward, and it gets bound up under there. The steel cable gets stuck in the tracks and whatnot. And we've gone out there and cut it off, and the lock box itself is smashed. It's not, you can't unlock it. And literally with a couple of screwdrivers, you just pop it open and get in there and get the gun.
Done that before.
not a hard thing to do with the less expensive ones. And honestly, this is the one I had in my truck for a very long time because it was a temporary thing in my brain, right? I'm not storing it there. But after that incident in North County at the jiu-jitsu tournament, this thing went in the garbage, and I bought one of the Vault-Tec ones. And I'm not picking on NanoVault or GunVault. It's a viable product. I used one for a long time, but they are much easier to get into than the Vault-Tec stuff is, for sure.
Yeah, that one's about, the one you just holding up is about $50, and then the other one earlier
$100.
the Vault-Tec, they're about $100.
Yeah, the little one's 90, the larger one, depending on what kind of gun you have.
Some of them have biometrics and things that bring the price up.
Where is it?
I don't recommend biometrics.
There's so
just
many
stick to the
sides
buttons.
to this. What is this thing?
Is this a square?
Where the hell?
Wait, no, that's a rectangle.
That is a rectangle.
It's
not a,
geography.
But it's not though. What is this called? It's not a cube because the sides aren't all equal. What do you call this?
That's a
three-dimensional object. That
it's a rectangle.
no, a rectangle is a single plane.
I'm gonna call it an octopus.
I don't know.
This is more dollars than this one. Apparently, we don't have a sticker on it.
This is
more dollars.
More dollars. The other one.
It's a crate.
One thing to touch on. I know we
not a real
I know we touched on it for like 2.5 seconds, but concepts to where I might choose your car over somebody else's. The most common reason why somebody would choose to break into a certain car over another car is the thing you stick on the back of your car. Makes you a likelier choice for being a target when you have giant stickers on the back of your car that say, "I like guns stored in my car unsecured."
Yeah.
When you have that sticker on your car,
That exact
You know,
one.
all the
that
stuff.
exact
the
one, any of them,
2A every day, or
It makes you a
Glock,
target.
or what, it absolutely
it
does.
makes you a target. So it's something to
Absolutely does.
consider before you put all that crap on your car. If you like it, so be it, but just accept the fact that if I was going to steal a gun, I'd be looking for that, because that just hints to me my probability of finding one is higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Octagon. No,
I
Dad.
like it.
No, octagon
No,
is 8.
It's 8-sided.
And that's still a single plane
It is.
thing.
But I don't know. Do they call three-dimensional
But
an
isn't it-
octagon is three-dimensional? Is it still an octagon, or is it called something
It's
else?
a rectangular cube.
That's
It's a
what.
cube, but it's a rectangle.
Wait,
Tips. Comment. Free Bristol inside joke.
yes.
That's what it stands for.
That's exactly what it stands.
Say that. Say that. Say it.
Mon, lon, la, bi. Mon, lo, la, bi. Got you.
I'm never
Mon-
confident in that.
Mon, lo, la, bi.
Yep.
So we had a guy who used to work
Gotcha.
here that was Greek. He said everybody says it wrong,
I figured.
even him. He says you asked 8.
So say it.
No,
Mon, I like mine. Mon, lo, la, bi.
I really want to say something, but I.
You gotta stop himself.
Dang it, you guys and these damn squirrels. I don't know.
I was
Squirrels.
looking for the squirrel.
I don't know.
They are probably inside because it's cold as hell outside.
Damn squirrels.
Cold
What
as
else
hell.
you got?
That's it.
That's it? All right. So what else do we have going on coming up this month?
We have a human trafficking and child exploitation seminar presentation. It's a free presentation where you will learn lots of things about how to protect.
How screwed up this freaking world is.
Yep, and how
Truthfully.
to protect our peoples, especially our children, from being trafficked. It's a very, very big deal here in St. Louis specifically because of all the highways and connecting points. Are you guys all right? You're doing this on purpose. Why do you do this to me?
In my defense, I was counting the sides on the box because he said there was 8 sides. That's what I was doing. Then Phil got distracted and stared somewhere else.
Oh.
I was counting the sides. He said there's 8 sides, so I panicked. I was counting. I
1,
can't
2,
count. 1,
3,
2,
4,
5, 6.
5, 6.
I'm counting. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm counting 6.
Me too.
I'm bad at math.
What are you counting?
The sides
Of what?
of the cube
the-
box rectangle.
The rectangular cube.
He said it said it had 8 sides.
Oh, my dad says it has 8
Okay,
sides.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, boy.
That almost-
Ah!
No, let's see.
But is it
1,
6?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6.
There's
Dad.
6 sides. Now I'm really. Are there 8? Are we missing something?
Not-
See, I feel like there's 8
We're
now.
the new men in the office. What?
I'm panicking. I'm panicking.
He is too. He doesn't know what you're talking about. Maybe it's these little. No, those are rounded. They're not. We're going away.
I'm panicking.
We're going. What were we talking about?
Not a clue.
Child sexual
things.
exploitation.
Anyway, that is on February 12th. You can sign up on our website, therangesdl.com/advocacy. It's free. Come and check it out. And I know that it's going to be painful to sit through, but we owe it to them.
So I didn't look this morning, but last night I know there were only 7 spots open, and I know we sold a couple of more seats last night.
Sold as in free.
Free, yeah. Filled a couple of seats. So it might be sold out, it might not. Right now we have it capped at 50 people. Last night when I got home, we had 43 in it. We might bump it to 60.
Because, here we go. It's not Monday. Calm down.
I don't care if it's not Monday.
Calm down.
If a double point, if you sign up for it and you decide, hey, I can't make it that day, or it's not valuable enough to me because it's free and I don't have to pay for it, even though it's freaking awesome information, I didn't fork over any cash, so I'm not going to show up. Freaking let us know. Please.
Show up.
Show up would be the best option. If you're not going to be the stand-up person and do the thing that you said you were going to do, let us know. So we can take you off the list. So we can let somebody else take that spot.
Please.
Not please. Freaking do it. Okay.
Now I got to, hold on. Cutting off my chin here.
Dang it. It annoys the crap out of me. People do it.
Okay. Yes,
all the
I
time.
agree. February 12th, 5:30. But sign up online, and then come learn stuff.
If it's sold out, send us an email, training@therangesdl.com. We don't really do wait lists, but maybe we will put something together for this.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll bump it to 60 because we know we'll have people not show up.
Yeah.
And they won't let us know.
Yeah.
Because they're jerks.
Jerks.
Like Jeff Alley.
Yep. Oh, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. Love you, Jeff.
Freaking clicks on the video. Gift called Jeff.
Okay, so February 12th. And then February 19th, we have another women's self-defense workshop going on at Gracie. This time we're incorporating striking, so it's just a little bit more than just jiu-jitsu. And the ladies get a free pair of gloves. They're from Rev Gear. They're good gloves. So if you want to sign up for that, there's a Google link. I think that's on our website too. At the very least, if you can't find it, email training@therangesdl.com.
Yes. And we will direct you.
Yes.
How many, do you know how many? you
There
have
was like
available?
25 people signed up so far.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, we got peoples in Vegas.
Oh, I have people for that. I'm not in Vegas.
Send our people to
Thank
Vegas.
you for that.
Yeah, Chris and Dan are out there at SHOT Show right now, so we saw a couple of videos come out from there yesterday from us. You should see some more start rolling in today, I would assume. I'm sure they're out there having a grand old time. So
It looked really cold and windy.
Range day is always that way. And people always think I'm going to Vegas, it's going to be nice and warm, and nope, it's
Cold and windy.
Freaking cold and windy.
Yeah. The wind sucks more than them.
So I'm not sad I didn't go. It's chaotic.
Yep.
It is.
It's
what
an
I miss
experience.
is people, right?
Yeah.
Different people that we interact with, and I got a few emails, a week or 2 weeks ago. Hey, you gonna be out at SHOT Show this year? If so, let's get together. Blah blah blah. And that's the kind of stuff I miss. But I'm not a partier. I don't gamble. I might gamble $100 just because I'm there.
I tried to sit down at a table with $100. They wouldn't take it because it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Shit.
Um,
I'm broke.
So yeah, and I would be more interested in going out there and then just doing the show and leaving and like driving around and walking around the mountains and stuff like that. That's much more my bag than hanging out on the strip. But at any rate, maybe next year we'll see.
But then you missed the special ladies.
So we do miss the special ladies. That's what Angel called them.
No, that's what I called them.
That's what you called them?
Yes,
I
because
thought
that
Angel called
was
them
when
special
I
ladies.
when I went. I was like, I gotta see a special lady. I gotta know what these are all about. So we saw some special ladies.
We did.
No.
That's it.
That's all I got. That's all they got. That's all she's got. All he's got. That's all I got.
For now.
We're done.
I mean, for now.
Yes. If you guys need to, you just need to put that thing away.
Close to that shit.
Yep.
If you guys need something, come see us. Where are we at, Elizabeth?
Panic.
14803 Manchester Road in.
Beautiful Baldwin, Missouri.
What's our hours, Vincent?
Oh, that's the tough one.
God.
Come on, I went with the button.
Not a clue.
Yeah, we don't have not a clue hours.
Monday
No,
through
don't.
Friday, 10 to 8. Saturday, 9 to 6. And Sunday, 10 to 6. Got
Boom.
it.
Nailed
Woo.
it.
Nailed
It doesn't
it.
flow as well when you...
No, because I say it the other way. I say hours in the days. No, I don't. How do I say it?
I don't know.
Come see us at 14803 Manchester Road in beautiful Baldwin, Missouri. 10 to 8 Monday through Friday, Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 10 to 6. That's not how I normally say it. You
Wait
guys
for
stay
it.
safe. Be nice to one another.
We'll catch you soon.
Later.
Toodles.